Hey guys and gals, it's Jim here, and I thought I'd share some builds that I recently did. The reason why the Batmobile didn't get back to being worked on until just recently. Um, when I started the Batmobile, I had ordered the Tie Striker kit from Bandai, 72nd scale. So as usual, which is probably most of our cases, you open the box, you start looking at the parts, and you get the urge to start building it. So this was about a 3-day build, base included and stuff. It's not many parts count and everything and all that. Pretty easy. I did do some lighting, so I had to channel out some of the interior parts where the pieces fit together and all that. How Bandai kits are. They got a lot of inner structure and stuff. Mostly bracing and stuff like that, interlocking pieces and stuff. So I channeled it out to run my wires. I used a couple SMDs, one in the front cockpit, one in the rear cockpit area, and then the photon lasers on the front. Those are fiber optics. I ran those down into the base with a LED underneath with a flashing unit, and then the rear engines, which we'll get to, are fiber optic. Then I ran them down through the into the base and hooked them up to a red LED. So basically, that's what I got going on down there. So, anyways, I got it running off of 12 volts only because the little gadget I use for the flashing LED effect, it didn't seem to want to work properly off of 9 volts. They're supposed to be 9 to 12 volts, but it does have printed on there 12 volts, nothing about 9 volts, but it just didn't want to work properly. So that's the reason I ran it up at 12 volts. Usually with just 4 LEDs and stuff, I usually run a 9-volt battery lately, but that wouldn't work out right. So, but anyway, it's a basic build. The wings do move. I kind of keep them like this up position. Otherwise, you don't see if you put them all the way down, you don't really see the fuselage and all that. So, as far as weathering, I kind of just grimed it up around all the joints. There's moving parts, so you get grime and probably oil and grease and stuff running out. Same with the sides. I kind of ran streaks down, where the moving parts might, deposit some oil streaks running down the sides and stuff like that. Um, I do glue all my Bandai kits, even though they're snapped together. I just glue them so they're a permanent, fit and everything like that. I did paint the panels before I assembled the frames onto them and stuff like that. Did some basic weathering, just some washes and stuff like that. As far as the streaking and all that goes, I just use the Tamiya pastel powders and stuff and all that. I'm gonna turn it around to the rear. Like I said, some of these models are kind of hard to video when you got a cord hooked up to them, but it's my rear engines lit up. They are red. They get washed out with the camera on the phone, but you can see they're red. The rear cockpit canopy, I glued the SMT kind of down on this back piece so it faces forward. So there's no detail in there. It's just no cockpit detail, no pilot. But I did light it just to keep things the same as the front one. I did use the clear pieces, masked them off, painted them, and all that. Since that's the same thing I do with my TIE fighters and TIE Advanced and all that. I used the clear pieces on those. I know they didn't use windows in the filming models, but I wanted all of these to match, so I went that route with the clear. You can see I got the front cockpit lit up red and everything. Just a basic build. As far as the base, I didn't do anything fancy as far as a diorama type base. I just did a basic base and dressed it up a little bit with a white border, kind of, and uh, then I cut off the things from the box art. Use those like I do on the fronts a lot, where it just says Star Wars and stuff. That's a little decal that came with the AT ST Walker kit. It came with a bunch of these, and even though there wasn't nothing that got placed on the model itself, it was just there were just their extras. That's one of the stickers ones, and not the regular water slide. But so that's basically about it and everything. The underside. I mean, it's just a basic build. I use the same grade that I used on my TIE fighters. It's actually a Zinsser primer out of a rattle can, and it's got that kind of haze effect, like a gray haze. And once I weather it, and then once I spray on my dull clear coat, it does darken it a bit, but it still looks pretty decent. And in daylight it looks a lot better and stuff. But nothing much. I did go over the panel lines with a mechanical pencil. I got a real fine lead mechanical pencil, so I went over the panel lines with that and stuff rather than giving it a whole wash and everything. Basically, that's it. It did come with the laser effect parts that you could stick on. There are two more laser cannons underneath the cockpit. They're actually very, very thin diameter, and even for smallest fiber optics, a small drill for the .25 millimeter fiber optics, it would have been real hairy about drilling them out. That's how tiny, how skinny they are and stuff like that. So I don't know if we can get a better shot and everything, but they are very small, and it would have been a little hairy trying to drill those out without breaking through the sides or anything like that. In fact, they're so small they came with special plastic, clear plastic adapters if you want to use those clear laser effect parts on there, because they're so tiny. They got an adapter that goes over them and stuff. So the front ones, I could have probably drilled those out, but it would have been kind of hard to run fiber optics. This is pretty thin framework and stuff. So, and then you would have had to run them down through there, and with the pivoting and stuff, eventually the fiber optics might have kinked in there or something, and then they wouldn't work anyway. So, I just went with the same deal like I did on the TIE fighters and everything and all that. So, but that's it. Yeah. Like I said, it's running off of 12 volts and everything. Nothing fancy, just a basic build and all that and stuff. And it's like I said, it only took me 3 days. That was with the base and everything included and stuff. So, it was fun to build, and I just wanted to add this to the collection and stuff. And I would like to get a tie. This is the Tie Striker, the Tie Interceptor. That's the one that's got the wings kind of like the Tie Advanced, but they come out to the points and everything. Those are kind of hard to come by. Someday I might find one for a reasonable price on eBay or something, but right now they're very difficult to find. So anyway, that's it for this one. So I want to thank all my subscribers. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks to all my new subscribers. Thanks for checking out my videos. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for all the great comments you guys been leaving me and all that. And I hope everybody's staying safe out there. I want to wish a happy holiday, Christmas, and New Year's season to everybody out there. Hope you and your families have a good one this year. And everybody stay safe out there. So till the next time, take care, and we'll talk to you real soon with another exciting video. Bye.